or okay, let's start. Let's not wait for further. Okay, so guys, today we will be knowing about Excel formulas as is the topic in the session today. So on that, I am audible, right, to all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So before going into that, I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be sharing the yes, someone, Amit, you want to say something? Okay. So I'll be sharing the screen and I will also share the Excel sheet with all of you. But there are two things, uh, guys, I want all of you to keep in mind. Number one, Excel or advanced Excel, whatever it is, the one which we used in management consulting, it cannot be taught in one session, honestly speaking. Okay. And let me be very frank and clear to you. What I will try is, I will try to teach you the formulas or the applications which I or my colleagues mostly use in our analysis with example. That I will do. If time permits, I will explain you four formulas today. Otherwise, we will stop at 3. The reason I'm telling you this is my second point, as I was saying, is whatever Excel course you are taking or wherever you are taking it from, you will always observe that people are explaining or are giving a tagline that learn 10 formulas in one day, learn 20 formulas in one day. I have done that. I have been a part of such workshops, and I am telling you, don't fall into those traps. Okay? Because the point is, when the person who is doing it for you or showing it to you over a screen, he is already expert in that part. For you to know or for you to follow, you have to practice it. The more I dump uh, in the screen, the more I show you on the screen, the more formulas I show you, the lesser will be the capability for you to understand each one of it. Because these formulas are something which, unless the situation or analysis uh, case comes, you will not be using it. And since you will not be using it, you cannot practice it, right? Unless you are doing it on your own deliberately every day, which is a very rare case given our work timings and everything, or work life balance. So what I follow and how I learned is, I took a target of 3 formulas a day and I used to practice those 3, right? And those 3 has to be important formulas. Those 3 has to be the one which covers 50 to 60% of management consulting analysis. It cannot be normal sum, it cannot be normal count. Okay, just for the sake of practicing, I am practicing Excel. No, it has to be a VLOOKUP, it has to be IPMT or something like that, where I am using the same formula in the Excel for my analysis. Okay, so that is the approach I will follow today also. I will start with definitely advanced Excel, but advanced Excel have no limits. Advanced Excel has no ends. Please keep that in mind. Advanced Excel is a concept which even a management consultant who is like very thorough in Excel, even he won't know where Excel ends. Excel is such a subject, right? So what we do or what we practice is, we use those formulas, we use or we try to, expertise those areas which are needed repetitively or redundantly in our analysis. And such 3 formulas are the ones which I will teach you today over my screen. Now, I will start with sum if, count if. I will take you through VLOOKUP. Okay, these 3 are the formulas which I will be teaching you today. Sum if, count if, all of you know what is sum in Excel, I hope. But even if sum if sounds very simple, sum if is actually a formula of advanced Excel. Okay. Similarly, count, all of you know. But even if count if is very simple, count if is a formula of advanced Excel. And the mother of all formulas in advanced Excel is VLOOKUP. So we will be learning VLOOKUP also today. And if time permits, I will also take you through IPMT, PPMT, and PMT, that is interest and EMI calculations, which we use in debt equity analysis, right? But again, my sincere request to all of you would be, whatever we are discussing today, if you are having a laptop with you and if you are doing it with me, well and good. Otherwise, whenever I am sharing the sheet with you through GrowJunction, take that sheet and do it independently again so that you remember. Otherwise, I am assuring you without any doubt, after this session, you will forget. That's what happened to me also. So we will keep it short, we will keep it very limited, and we will make sure that whatever we study today, we are ready to apply it whenever the situation or analysis comes. Aligned on this, all of you? Let me share my screen. I hope it is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there is some issue with your audio, I think. Try reconnecting again in the audio. Otherwise, maybe we won't be able to interact because some disturbances are coming from the side, probably. No issues, no issues. You can keep hearing also, not a problem. Whatever point you have, if that audio is disturbing, you can write on the chat. I will get it. Uh, you know. So, guys, if you see before coming here, this is a sample data I have used. Okay, sorry, this one. This is a sample data I have used. Now, this data I have taken, I think, from ExcelJet. There are a lot of sample data. So that's what one more thing. You just go in Google and type sample Excel raw data. You will get a lot of data to work for, because it's very difficult to start creating your own data and then do the analysis. It is time consuming. So what I will prefer, or what I do is, or what I used to do while practicing Excel is that I used to take random data and start our analysis on that. Okay. So you will get this in Google. I have taken this from Google. I will, if possible, I'll tell you the name. I'm not sure what I have taken this from, but it is from Google. Okay. Anyway, so whatever you see here, now I'll give you 2 minutes to just study this data. Leave everything else. See the rows. Okay. See the column. What this data is wanting to say, right? Understand that first, because without that, we cannot use Excel. Okay. So I am giving you this 2 minutes, and after that, I'll ask you some very few basic questions about this data, right? So take this 2 minutes and understand this data very carefully, because that will help you throughout the session today. Okay. Take 2 minutes, understand this. Yeah. So, so guys, what do you understand from this? If I ask you one very simple question, out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I can see 8 columns, right? Out of these 8 columns, if I ask you what can be that column or what can be that value which is the most unique, which I can use to sort or which I can use to filter the data, which will be that value according to you? Tell me.
Region value, region.
Okay. And anyone else?
The names manager, salesman.
Okay. I'll tell you why I'm asking it. Anyone else? See, when you are doing Excel, guys, okay, understand this very, very minutely what I'm saying now. This is kind of, I would say, the Bible of using Excel. When you are using Excel, there are two things we have to be very mindful of. Okay. First one would be, what is my end objective with the data? It can be anything. It can be sorting. It can be some analysis which I want to do. It can be something related to what my client wants, right? Second would be, whatever data I have with me, does that fulfill the purpose of what I am trying to do? These are the two checks you have to do before you get any data. Okay? These are the two checks you have to do before getting any data. Now, my point is, in this Excel, I can see a sales performance of a particular commodity which involves television, home theater, or cell phone, or video games for that matter, desk. And it shows the date of order, the region where it has went through, who was the manager and salesman handling that order, what is the unit price, and what is the sales amount per day. Correct? This is what I am getting here. Right?
Yes.
Anything else am I missing here, what I said? Guys, you have to be interactive, guys. Anything else am I missing here?
No.
The revenue.
Okay. Now, my job as someone who is seeing this data would be to draw out some inferences from this data. That inference can be what? That inference can be, what is my sales performance? That inference can be over the month, over this year, this 2018, which region contributed the most in sales? Who was the manager and salesman who has contributed the most, right? What is the maximum number of units sold for a television, or which is the commodity that has been sold the most, right? Which has the highest unit price? This can be a lot of data which I may need to understand. But my point and question to all of you was, what is that unique row which can identify and which is a point of differentiator? Remember this line, a point of differentiator in this whole data, right? And that is what it can be. See, salesman, manager, they are repeating, right? Herman, Timothy, Martha, they are there more than one number of times. It cannot be unique. What do you mean by unique? Unique means it can be one thing that is there only once, right? It is not getting repeated everywhere. So unique here would be order date. That order date, suppose 6 January 2018, the first row number 2 all of you, please see that. 6 January 2018, can it occur again over the data? It has passed, right? Can that date come again?
No.
Is it possible?
No.
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 No. But East region sale can come again, which has come also.
Yes.
Manager Martha can or Alexander salesman can do the sales again, which they have done again also.
Yes.
Yes.
A television, home theater, cell phone can be sold again and again, which is shown in the data.
Yes.
Yes.
Number of units can be same again. Unit price is different. Unit price is distinct. That is okay. That for TV, this is my unit price. Television, this is my unit price. So that can be one of the unique value. Okay, that I can agree. Sales amount can again be same again. If I can sell the same number of units twice or thrice in a month or in a year, my sales amount would be same if my unit price is same.
Yes, true.
That means order date and unit price are the two rows which can be unique. Now in this, even if I take unit price, I know if I take 500, it will be for home theater. If I take 1198, it would be for television. That is good, fine. This can be a point of differentiator. But what is my more relevant point of differentiator in this data? You have to find out that row or that column, whichever data you are presented with in Excel. In this case, this is order date. Because once that date has passed, you cannot have that date again, in simple terms. So now all of you are getting why, what I'm trying to hint at. Like, any doubt on this?
No.
Good.
No.
So now that we have understood what we are playing with or what we are doing now, so let me go ahead and start with the formulas. Okay. So if you see, my first formula is sum if. Now all of you know how to do sum in Excel, if I am not wrong. Even if you don't know, I'll show you. Okay. So what is this sum if? As the name suggests, it is basically sum with a condition. Okay. Now let me show you something. Let's see a simple sum first. Okay. See. This is, all of you know, we will write sum. We'll just select this column. Sales amount I'm sum doing, right? I'm doing the sum for sales amount. Add it. I will get this value. Correct? 13,05,675. This is sum. But what if I ask Amit that, Amit, I want the sum of only those items or commodities which Alexander has sold. Or I want the sum of only those things, those commodity which is home theater. Or I want to see the sum of sale amount which is greater than a particular amount, like it is shown here, 50,000. So what I am doing? I am actually using sum, but I am using it with a condition, right? That is advanced Excel, because I am using two formulas. Basically, there is one formula which is if, there is one formula which is sum. So I am using two formulas to create what? Or to do analysis on one data. That is why this is advanced Excel. Why? Because there are two conditions which I am fulfilling in a single formula. Okay. Now you may understand that why I am doing it. I can just do a simple filter criteria. I have already added filters here and I'll do filtering. Okay, you can do that. That is not a problem. But if you have 60,000 rows and 1,20,000 columns, Will you go on doing it for every data? Because that is the kind of data you will be getting when you will be doing client problems. Can you do that? And even if you can do that, whether time will permit you to do that? No, right?
No.
Your client
No.
will give you a deadline and you have to work in that. That is why we used advanced Excel. Now let's see how SUMIF works, because if you understand SUMIF, you will also understand COUNTIF. And I'm trying to do this together so that I can also explain you IPMT, PPMT, so that there can be 4 or 5 formulas you can take home today, right? Now this is the format, okay? This is the template which I have written here: SUMIF, range, and criteria. Okay, this is the template. So first you have to use the command SUMIF, then the range where you will do the sum, and then you have to do the criteria, right? Which criteria you are at, you need because of doing the sum, correct? So here, if you see my first parameter, I want to know how much sales has been done by Alexander. How I will do that? Let me do it fresh for you, okay? Because you will understand once I do it. So I'll write sum if, okay? Now see, they are asking me range, criteria, and sum range. So what is my condition? I want to know the sum of the sales which Alexander has done, correct? So I'll use this row where Alexander is there, salesman. Select this whole row, sorry, column. Okay. Now, what is my criteria? Out of this is full, right? This is a full sample space. What is my criteria? I want to know the sales done by Alexander. Open braces. Write Alexander. Okay. Now it is asking for sum range. So what sum I want? I want definitely the sum of sales amount, which Alexander has done. So my sum range would be this one. This column. Take fully this column. Close your braces. Now tell me, any doubt up to this much?
No.
Did you understand the logic?
Yes.
Press enter, you get your sum. Now let us verify whether we have done right or not. Maybe we have done wrong, right? So I've added a filter. I'm selecting only Alexander here. Okay, this is done by Alexander. Let's see what is the sum. The sum is, you can see here, 236703, right? Now let me reset it. Remember the number 236703. Select all. Let's see what the formula is giving us. It's the same.
Yes.
Understood. So this is how you use SUMIF. Now, similarly, I have done for home theater. It's the same thing, but in this case, my sample space becomes item column. And I wanted to know how many units were sold rather than sale amount. So I've done the same thing. I have used E2 to E44, that is item column. I have given the criteria as home theater, and I have used the sum range as the number of units. I am getting how many home theater I have sold in 2018. It is 722. Suppose your client have told you that, okay, Soumyendu, now I want you to find me the sum of sale amount which is greater than, suppose, 50,000. Or chalo, which is greater than 1 lakh. Let's write here 1 lakh. Same way, you will use here in this case, what will happen? Your range is the same. Your sum range is also the same, correct? Because you are doing filtration in the sale amount only. You have given a sale amount of greater than 1 lakh. So whatever sum here is greater than 1 lakh, that would again be added and given as the output. So in this case, both my sum range and range are same. In the other two cases, my sum range and range were different. Correct? Let's see. 1 lakh. So this is 329450. So this is the sum of sale amount which is greater than 1 lakh. So guys, are you clear on sum if?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, since you are clear on sum if, let's move ahead and go to count if. For the clarity and for ease of understanding, I have kept the data as same, so that it is not a big task for you to follow through every time if I change the data. So now, just give me a second. Let me check. Okay, fine. Sure. So now we are using COUNTIF. What is this COUNTIF? Why we are using it? Now, why do we use count? Count, as the name suggests, is to count the number of data in a row, right? That is count. Okay. COUNTIF is again the same thing as SUMIF. In SUMIF, I used to find the sum of a range of data with a condition. In COUNTIF, I would be liking to find a count of a number of data with a condition. Same logic and same template, right? So I have shown here two things. If I see total data sets in column F, that is this one, okay, I want to know how many data set is here. If I use count, what I'll do is I'll simply write count. You can use small capital both, count, and I will use the range. I will select the whole range, correct? If I do this, I will get 43. How many data sets are there? Let's check individually if maybe if it is showing wrong. How many it is showing? 43, right? That means my formula is working fine. Correct? Now, what if I tell you out of this 43 units, tell me what are the ones, okay? What are the ones where 50 units were sold? How many such instances were there where only 50 units were sold? Exactly 50 units were sold. If I ask you this, correct? Then how will you find? Then you cannot use count. Then you have to use COUNTIF in the same format which I have shown earlier. Okay. How? Anyone can tell me what will be the argument? Suppose I only want 50 units. Just tell me orally, no issue. What can be the argument?
You can't
The
put
template is
range
already
in
given
this,
here.
right?
The range units in this.
There is no range, right?
There is a range. F2 to F44. There has to be a criteria.
The criteria doesn't have a range.
The criteria doesn't have a range. The criteria is just that only those units where 50 units are there, I want to
Get the count.
count those instances. So what I've done here, what is given here? The one which I have highlighted.
So you have given criteria as 50.
Correct. So if I give 75, it would show me the instances where 75 is there. If I give 90, it will show me the instances where 90 is there. Similar way mein, if I give a range that tell me the sale amount where my sale has been greater than 50,000, and I write this within inverted commas, it will tell me the instances where my sale is more than 50,000. That means these data will be helpful to you when you have a very large data set. You may be thinking that this is a small data set, I can just simply use a filter. That is true, you can use a filter. But whenever you have thousands and thousands of data, at that point of time, you will be needing a formula to filter that out. Because you cannot go on adding filter every time, right? So have you understood up to this much, sum if and count if, the basic ones?
Yes.
Okay. Now we will move to something which is I would say, and I would be taking maximum time here, and I would like you guys to understand this very, very, very thoroughly. Okay. Because this is the part and this is the formula which every management consultant uses on a daily basis. Let me assure you, which is called VLOOKUP. You must have heard of it, but it is a very, very important formula, VLOOKUP. Okay. So let me tell you why and what is VLOOKUP. Why do we use it? So when we have a multitude of data, right? When we have a very, what I would say, very vast data set. Sorry. So when we have a very vast data set, what happens is there are some time when based on a certain input in that from that data set, we need to extract a certain output. For example, if I tell you about this data set, suppose I want to know that I am highlighting this. Where is it? See this row number 29. I am highlighting this. Suppose I tell you that Balaji, on 18th, on 9th January 2000, sorry, on 1st September 2018, tell me what was the sale amount. Tell me how many units were sold. Right? Tell me what was the unit price. Right?
Oh, 125. Yeah.
Okay. Or tell me what is the sale amount. That's what I said. Anyway, now suppose so I have actually marked the wrong data. Sorry. That's why I was getting this. Wait. Sorry. This one. Check row number 27. Yeah. So on this date, who was the salesman? Sigal, right? Who was the manager? Herman. What item was sold? How many units were sold? 28. What was the unit price? 500. What was the sale amount? 14,000. Now this though I have asked you, you have seen in the data and you have told me. Now imagine you are having thousands of data. I am giving you one row in random. How will you tell me? You have to go, you have to search that row. You have to see what number is there. Correct? It's a mammoth task. Right? Agreeing with me? One by one, if you have to go, it will be a mammoth task.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So what I
Yes.
can do, so this formula, this lookup formula is a Bible formula for management consultant in Excel while having this kind of issues, because this is a problem which you will face inevitably, right? Inevitably in every scenario which you will be doing for your client. Every scenario, I am assuring you this. Take my word for it. So for that, this lookup formula has been created by Excel, right? And this formula, what it does is, whatever be your data, whatever be your, what I would say, like whatever be your number of data sets or whatever be your number of rows and columns, this can extract your sample output based on a simple input which you provide with this formula. Now you have to understand how this formula works very carefully, because this is the formula where people, what I have observed and what I have seen from my, what I would say, from my, even from my, experiences also, that there are a lot of errors people are doing in this formula, a lot of errors. And often what happens is whenever you get a output, you think that it is okay, but actually if you correctly match it with the data, you will see that there is a difference, which often causes problem in the analysis. And on a daily basis, every management consultant in an Excel uses VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. There are also other forms of lookup. This is the most widely used. They are using it almost on a daily basis, like 5 or 6 times a day. Now understand this syntax very carefully. 2 points before understanding this. VLOOKUP only works towards the right. I'll tell you what I am meaning. So your formula looks like this. VLOOKUP is your argument. Then you have a lookup value. Now, what is this lookup value? This lookup value is the simple input data. Like I asked Balaji, who is the salesman on 5th October 2018, row number 27, right? Then this 5th October 2018 is what? It is my input. Based on this, I'm extracting this Herman Siegel home theater 28, 500, 14,000. So they are my outputs. Input can be anything else. But always remember, whatever be your lookup value, that has to be your column number 1. Let me explain again. Whatever be your simple input based on which you are extracting your output from a sample data, that has to be your column number 1. So your lookup value has to be present on column number 1. So if I am taking 5th October 2018 as the search ID, which is the lookup value, 5th October 2018, VLOOKUP will treat as column number 1. The reason why I have written here 1. Understand it very, very thoroughly, okay? This is very important. Otherwise, you won't understand how VLOOKUP works. So if you see, this is basically what I have done one shift here, guys. If you notice from the first part, if you see, order date is my first column, region is my second column, correct? In SUMIF also, if you see, count order date is my first column, region is my second column. Here I have done one change intentionally to make you understand. Here region is my first column, order date is my second column. Why I have done it, I am telling you. That is what I am telling you. When I am using the lookup value, and why I have used order date as the lookup value, this is something we discussed in the first part of the session. Point of differentiation, unique value, because based on this only I can differentiate my whole data. So whenever order date I am using as a lookup value, VLOOKUP and Excel will treat order date as column number 1, not region as column number 1 in this case. If you see the normal course of event, this is your column numbering. This is your column numbering. Order date comes at point number 2. Try to understand, guys, this very carefully. Order date comes at number 2. Follow my mouse, okay, wherever it is. It comes at number 2. But what I am doing, while I am using VLOOKUP is regarding it as number 1. Why? Because my lookup value is in this column. Okay. Clear up to this much? Any doubt up to this much? Clear,
Yes.
right?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now, after my lookup value, what I am seeing? Table array. What is this table array? Table array is basically this whole table. So whatever is your column number 1, select that full table from that column number 1. Okay. Select the full table. That is your table array. So first comes lookup value, then comes table array, then column index number. What is this column index number? This is where the game begins. Now, while I am asking Balaji, tell me the number of units on 5th October 2018 from a large range of data. If I am asking Balaji this thing, then what VLOOKUP is doing? VLOOKUP is looking for this value, 5th October 2018, which is column number 1. We have selected the table array, which is this full array from column number 1. Up to this much we have discussed. Now column index number. What is this column index number? Column index number is the index number of the column for which you are requiring the output data. So if I am asking Balaji that what is the number of units on 5th October 2018, so Balaji, you tell me where does this unit column comes with respect to column number 1? What is the number of this column? I can't hear you, Balaji.
The unit price is 6th, right? 6th
Unit
column.
price is fixed, but I am asking about units.
5th column.
5th column, correct. So my column index number here in this case becomes 5. So if I see the table, it's 6. If I see the whole table, but since my lookup value is on the second column and that becomes my first column for Excel, my column index number would be point number 5. So I have to write 5 here, right? After that, there is something called range lookup. What is this range lookup? See, range lookup is basically true false. Okay, what is this true false? 0 means false, 1 means true. So true means approximate match, false means exact match. So whenever you have a data, right? Whenever you have a data where you need the exact match, like whatever you are asking, you need the exact data on that, right? Then you will be using always false. That is 0. If you do not give this at all, it is optional. If you do not use this at all, Excel will automatically take it as 1. That is approximate match, true. Now, in most of the cases, your approximate match will meet your exact match. But where it will not meet, I will tell you. I will tell you later. I don't want to confuse you now. I will tell you. For now, do not spend much mind on range lookup. First, just understand the formula. Now, if you see this formula units, I will do one thing. I will write it fully for you. Okay. So that you understand. I will write V lookup. Okay. Now, what is it? What is it? What is my first value? Lookup value. What will be my lookup value, Balaji?
1.
1. But what is my actual lookup value? What I am looking for?
Order date.
Order date. That is 5th October 2018. See from this one. I'm looking for this value. Right? That's what I've written here, lookup value.
Yes.
I want the units sold on 5th October 2018. So 5th October 2018 becomes my what? Lookup value?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct? That is the input data. So I'll select this one. I will anchor it. F4. Okay. Comma. What will be my table array? This full array? From column number
Yes,
1?
from column. Yes.
Correct. So I'll select this. I'll anchor this also. F4. What will be my column index number if I want units?
5.
5. Correct. And I am giving here, see, it will ask you true or false. If you do not give anything, it will take true. Otherwise, you have to write 0 to give false. I have given false. I'll explain you this later. Why true, false. Do not apply your mind right now. This is my formula. Now you tell me, what is the number of units sold here on 5th October 2018? The yellow highlighted part.
28.
28. So this formula should return 28. Let's see. Is it returning 28?
Yes.
This is how you use VLOOKUP. Same thing. Same thing. Just follow through. Okay. Same thing I have used here. I have just changed the column number to 6 because here I want unit price. Right? So my column number units now is unit price, which is column number 6. I have done that, only that change. Press enter, you will get 500. Let's see. On that date, is unit price is 500? Yes, it is. Correct? Now, what is
Yes.
the sale amount? 14,000. Right? Let's see what I have done here. 7. I have done here 7 because my column number with respect to my lookup value is 7. It is giving me 14,000. It is giving me 14,000. Now, if I want to know the salesman, what is the salesman on that day? Who is the salesman on that day? It's Sigal. So my formula should give me Sigal, right? Let's see what I have done here. The change. Anyone can tell me what change I have done here?
Column 3 has been put as sales. As we are looking for salesman, we have made 3 as a selection.
Absolutely. This is what VLOOKUP is. So if you understand the logic and after you apply, always tally it with the data. Because most often what happens now, VLOOKUP may give you wrong answers based on your incorrect putting of parameters in the formula. But since you have used VLOOKUP and it has returned a value, you will always assume, ye to sahi hai. This is right. So always tally it. Always tally that particular row with that data. Do it for one instance. Then use it for all the other instances. No issues. This is how you use VLOOKUP. And VLOOKUP is a very, again, I'm repeating this. VLOOKUP is a very, very important formula in management consulting. If you have mastered VLOOKUP, then more than 60% of your advanced Excel is covered. There is something called pivot. There is something called macros. These are all part of Excel, I know. And these are something which is not possible to fathom on a single session or even in 3 sessions, because these are vast concepts. But even in those vast concepts, the one formula that stands out always will be this formula. Now let me tell you why true false. Let me explain you that part. Suppose Shobhendu sir and Balaji are working on a sheet, and that sheet has grade range. Suppose 60 to 70 A grade, sorry, B grade, 70 to 80 B plus, 80 to 90 A plus, right? A grade. Like this, some data is there. And your marks that the student has got is 75. Then what will happen? In that grade sheet, 75 as a number is not there. Correct? 70 to 80 range is there. Correct? Are you getting what I'm saying? 75 as a number. Suppose a student has scored 75 in mathematics and 70 to 80 is grade B plus. So which grade is applicable to him?
B plus.
But does Excel knows this? Because you have used VLOOKUP and you have used all this, and in the range lookup, suppose you have given 0, like I have given here false. Excel will not know that 75 is falling under 70 to 80. Excel will match 75 with the data in that table of 70 to 80, 60 to 70, 70 to 90. So it will not be an exact match that it will be getting. So what Excel will do? Excel will return you error. If you use 0 in the range lookup, that is false. Here, if you use 1, that is true. It will give you the value as B plus. Why? Because 75 is the largest integer after below 80. It will check like this. 60 to 70, is 75 there? No. 70 to 80, is 75 there? Yes. Which is the larger limit? 80. But after 80, which is the larger number I am searching, it is 75. It is falling in this limit. That means approximately 75 is falling under 70 to 80. So in that case, it will give you B plus. But if you write 0, it will never give you B plus, it will give you error. In those cases where your data is not explicitly defined in the data set, and it is given in the form of a range, or it is given in the form of a derived form where you have to derive that data from a particular parameter. In that case, use 1. Always remember, whenever you are using approximate match, your data has to be sorted in ascending order. These two things you remember, that is okay about range lookup. Otherwise, in most cases where you will be using 0, that is false, because you will be using the exact match criteria only. Unless the case is like this, for the example which I have given you. In that case, first sort your data in ascending order, then use approximate match, that is 1. Okay. So we have completed SUMIF, COUNTIF, VLOOKUP. So that was my target today. But since we have 10-15 minutes more, I will explain you IPMT, PPMT, and PMT. But again, I will request you guys, after this session, when I share this Excel with you, spend as much time as you can on these 4 formulas which you have learned today. No need to do any other formula. Just practice and practice these 4 formulas. Once you are confident that I am okay with these 4 formulas, then only go to the next part of advanced Excel, which can be a pivot table, which can be some other formulas. But not now. Because most of the sessions or most of the workshops which are being conducted in advanced Excel, they operate in this way. Jitna dena hai dump kar do. This is the principle they have. 50 formulas in a day, 100 formulas in a day. That does not help us at all. I'm telling you, I have done 5 to 6 workshops of this manner. And I am telling you, it does not help at all unless you do it with your own hand. And they are so fast that they will go on saying. So you may not be, you may not be able to keep up with them. That creates a problem. Okay. So the last part, guys, for today's session, very simple. This is part of advanced Excel, but it's a very simple concept. You guys know about EMI. If you have taken a loan, there is a rate of interest. There is a time for repayment of that loan. How will you structure your EMI is what is done by this formula. Interest, principal, and EMI. There are three formulas: PMT, IPMT, PPMT. As given here, PMT is monthly or yearly payment, which is basically your EMI. IPMT is interest payment. PPMT is principal payment. Simple formula, not much time I will take. If you have taken a loan of 10 lakh, okay, rate of interest is 10%, time is 5 years. What will be your EMI? What will be your interest? What will be your principal? That's it. Let's see EMI. How to calculate? Let me show you. Just write PMT. Okay, PMT. PMT means payment. PMT. Rate. What is your rate? 10% is the rate. Okay. Number of periods for which you have taken the loan? 5 years. Correct. What is the present value? Present value is? What is the present value?
10 lakh.
10 lakh. Just close your braces. Pay enter. This is your EMI yearly. That is 2,63,798 rupees. Now, out of this 2 lakh, what will be my interest? What will be my principal? I will use this formula. Same thing. What I'll use? Let me show you. Suppose I want to calculate interest. I will do equal to IPMT, right? I will take again rate, number of periods. Now, here there are two. Previously there was only N per. Now it is per and N per. What is this per and N per? The period for which you are finding the interest. That is, suppose out of 5 years, you are finding the interest for the first year. Then you will keep right here 1. Number of total period is 5 years. That will be 5. Then what is your loan amount? 10 lakh. Close your braces. This is your interest for first year. Similarly, in principal, same formula. Same formula. First year, number of periods, 10 lakh. That is your principal. This is your value. If I want interest for second year, let me show you that also. IPMT. Rate will be again 10%. Period 2. 5 years. 10 lakh. Close it. This is my interest for second year. Now, if I want my principal for second year, PPMT, rate 10%, period will be 2, number of periods 5, 10 lakh loan. This is my interest for second year. If you add both, my summation of EMI remains the same. Check 263,797.48, 263,797.48. As we go towards a loan, my interest decreases, principal increases. The same formula is used here. In the same way, if I want to use it as monthly, in place of 5, I will just do this 5 into 12 because 1 year has 12 months. And the rate which I have taken, that is 10%, that I will divide by 12. Rest everything is same. This is my yearly rate, right? I'll do it for you. Suppose PMT, I want monthly, right? So my yearly rate is 10%. So what will be my monthly rate? 10 by 12. Then my number of periods is 5 years. But what will be it in terms of months? 5 into 12. And my 10 lakh loan principal value, which is this one. That's it. Press enter, you will get your value. Similar way you do interest, similar way you do principal. This is relatively easy, but this is also a part of your advanced Excel. Okay. So that was all for today, guys. Again, I am repeating you, please, 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 after you get the sheet, or if you can download any random data set from Google, please practice these formulas. Otherwise, whatever you have understood today, you will forget it. I am assuring you this. Okay, I will share this with Grow Junction. They will share this with you, right? But please, it is my earnest request, whatever you have understood today, please practice it. Anything else anyone wants to say?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys. That was all for today. Relatively quick session today. We have wrapped it up in 1 hour, which is good. So I hope you guys understood whatever we did. So thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir,
Thank
good day,
you.
sir. Happy Sunday.
So yeah, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday, sir.